Let's share. Today we will do a new story. Can you guys see the screen? Yes?
No.
No? Now? Okay. All
Okay.
right. Okay. Hold
Yeah,
on.
you can see it.
Yeah. Guess what we're doing, guys? The story.
Yes, Gauri, you have a question? Yes?
No. Are we doing a Ajamila?
Yes, we are going to do that Jamil story today.
I was gonna say.
Who already knows the story? Isha knows the story. Who knows? Narsimha Dev
Not
already.
other story.
Shlok knows. Gauri knows. Okay. Okay, so we are last week we did what story did we finish last week? Yes, Ishan, what story did we finish last week?
Bharat Maharaj.
So uh, we will just at the end of the class we will just do some activities. So on Ajamil, there was a place called Kanya Kubja, right? There is a place called Kanya Kubja, and there was a learned Brahmin named Ajamil. He was a respectful, kind Brahmin. He knew his shastras, he knew the scriptures, and he was completely free from bad qualities. He was a very nice Brahmin, right? Uh, and so he was doing his duties nicely. He was learned in the scriptures. So one day his father told him, "Can you go to the forest and collect some fruits and flowers and some grass from the forest, two kinds of grass from the forest?" So he went to the forest, right? So when he was coming back with those flowers and the fruits and the grass, he saw something inappropriate, right? There was a drunkard man and a drunkard woman who were not dressed nicely. They were hugging each other, and they were not even married, but they were doing public affection of love, right? And their dresses were loose. A man was hugging a maid servant, right? Actually, she was a prostitute, and it was a vulgar scene. It was an inappropriate scene. It was a bad scene. So Ajamel saw that, right? And uh, his mind went out of control, and he was only thinking about that maidservant, that lady. He left the spot, but his mind was always going on that picture, right? So in his mind, he was thinking, that lady is so beautiful. I want to marry her, right? Even though he was already married. He was already married and was thinking, can I marry this beautiful lady? So uh, he lost his good sense. Even though he was a good Brahmin, his mind was contemplating on that lady, right? And he, within a short span of time, he asked her, saying, "Can you be a servant in our house?" Right? And she became a servant in the house of Ajamil, right? So as she became a servant in the house, he was started spending time with her, right? And uh, he, whatever wealth he had, he was spending time on wealth on her. He was not now losing his Brahminical things. He was not studying the Vedas or studying the scriptures anymore. He was just being with her. He even abandoned his wife. He had a wife, remember? He had a wife and his old parents. He abandoned them, said he let them go from his house, saying, I'm going to stay with this lady. And a Brahman is supposed to please the Supreme Lord. He's supposed to please Krishna. But what he was doing is pleasing this woman. And he married that sinful lady. He married that sinful lady. And that lady, because she had done so many bad things in the past, and even she's doing bad things now, she was cooking food, and he was eating the food prepared by her, and he became impure, right? He started doing bad things. He would cheat people. He would loot people. He would get their things in gambling, in cheating. To earn his living, he would started cheating. And he had 10 children from that woman. How many children? 10 children. This could be a Kahoot question. This could be a Blueprint question. And to maintain this children, he became a drunkard, right? He started drinking. He started drinking. He became a thief. He started stealing. He became a fraud, saying lies. And he led an irresponsible life, right? And thus, 88 years of his life passed. He was now 88 years. How many years old? 88. Remember, he was a good Brahmin. He used to listen to his parents. He had a respectable wife, nice wife. He let them go. And now he's in the company of a sinful wife. But one good thing he did was he named his youngest son as Narayan. What was the name of the person, the child? Narayan. Narayan is the name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, right? And he was very much attached to the youngest child. Sometimes the parents are attached to the youngest child. If the parents have multiple kids, because the youngest child is the youngest, right? They pay more attention. So when that small child, Mira, is happy, it's not like that in your case, Mira. Um, um, so Narayan, whenever he used to do his baby things, he used to get happy, Ajamil. When Ajamil was eating, he used to call Narayan, Narayan, come, eat with me. And then he used to drink water or juice. Said, Narayan, Narayan, please come and drink juice with me. And Ajamil was happy seeing the little child all the time, and great pleasure in his broken language. He used to say, ooh, ah, daddy, mommy. He used to say in his baby language, and Ajamil used to be very happy with his childish activities also. Right? We get attracted to children, yes? You see a small child, 1 or 2 years old, and you say, ah, how cute, how nice, how like you get attracted, right? So his father, the small child, Narayan's father, was very attached to him. So he was taking care of his child, and the time progressed by, and eventually Ajamil became old and diseased. And his wife was not taking care of him, right? So let's see what happens next, right? Finally, he was on his deathbed and he was on his last days, right? And he saw three terrifying personalities come to get him and bound him by the ropes, right? And these three, they had terrifying faces, as you can see, right? They had terrifying faces with twisted faces, erect hairs. Hairs were from their body. They were like, if you see, their hairs are erect. They're standing straight. The hairs were erect, right? And so who were these? These were the Yamadutas. Who can tell me who are Yamadutas? Who is Yamaraj? Let's see. Isha knows the answer. Let's see. Who is Yamaraj? Okay, let's see. Gauri, who is Yamaraj?
The Lord of Death?
Yes. Okay, so now let's see. Shasta Ashita, can you try who is Yamaduta? Yam mean the Lord of Death, right? What is Duta? Duta means Yamaduta. Okay, let's see. Do you know the answer, Shastra Ashita?
Is it Yama's servant?
Yes, Yama's messengers. Duta means a messenger, right? So they came from the abode of Yamaraj. If somebody does bad things, they will take us to the hellish planets. Where they say no, if you do good, you go to heaven, and then if you do bad, you go to hell. So these are the people taking Ajamil back to the hell, right, where he will be punished. He can be put in boiling oil or something. Yes, that's Narasimhadev.
From the picture I'm looking at, the one that looks the creepiest to me is the one like all the way in the back,
All
and
the
the
way.
one with the beard. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. We don't want Yamadutas coming near us. Yes, when we die. And that's where we wear this Kanti Mala, right? If you wear the Tulsi Mala, they cannot come near you. They cannot. So if people are not wearing Tulsi Mala, please wear. They cannot. These terrifying people, these terrifying Yamadutas cannot come near you. Right? So he saw these terrible people, and Ajamil, he had committed so many sins in his life. I told you, right? He became a burglar. He became a thief. He became a fraud. He became a cheat. He left his wife. He left his parents. And that is why the Yamudatas came to bind him with ropes. They were ropes, and they were dragging him to hell. And Ajamil was frightened. He was scared. So who was he attached to? He was attached to? Yes, Narasimhadev. Yes, he was attached to his son Narayan. So he called out, Narayan, Narayan. Who is he calling to? Is he calling to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or is he calling to his child? Who is he calling to? The child. But the little boy did not have, he's a little boy. The boy did not have the maturity to understand what is going on with my father. He did not come. But somebody else came. The Lord. Yes, Meera, you know the answer?
Narayan.
No, Narayan's messengers came. Vishnu Dutas came. The messengers of Vishnu, right? Someone else came, right? They look like Vishnu, yes, in the picture, right? But they're not Vishnu. They are Vishnu Dutas. Vishnu Dutas meaning the messengers of Vishnu. The people who live in the same planet as Vishnu, they also get the body like Vishnu. They have 4 arms. They carry the conch, the mace, the chakra, and the sword, and then sometimes the lotus flower. But they don't have the Srivatsa mark, what Vishnu has. They don't have the cost of money. There's some differences. They're not Narayan, but they are like Narayan because they're the friends, the associates of Narayan. They are the messengers of Narayan. So they are here to stop. They are here to stop the Yamadutas. What are you doing? Do you understand what is dharma and adharma? Do you understand what is religion and non-religion, irreligion? Why are you taking this guy away? They were angry with the Yamadutas, said, if you want to live, Yamadutas, if you want to live, do not take away this devotee Ajamil. The Yamadutas, the Vishnu Dutas looked very fresh and effulgent. They were beautiful in the yellow garments, you see? And their faces were glowing. The faces were glowing so much. They had lotus-like eyes and dazzling crowns. You see? They had dazzling crowns. Their four long arms held the maces, the bows, the quiver of arrows, the swords, clubs, conches, Sudarshan the chakras, and the lotus flowers. They had lotus garlands and jewelry. And they were effulgent that all the darkness was gone. Right? And for the bad people, usually the Yamadutas come. In this case, the Yamadutas come. But Vishnu Dutas are more powerful than the Yamadutas, and they can punish the Yamadutas. They ask you, so the Yamadutas were like perplexed. Who are these people? They asked, who are you? Are you some devata? Are you some demigod? Why are you forbidding us? Why are you not letting us carry our responsibility? We are the soldiers of Yama. We are Yamaraj, who is the Lord of Death. And then the Vishnu Dutas replied, you think that you are the soldiers of Yamaraj, but you only seem to be ghosts. Then if you are the servants of Yamaraj, tell me, what is religion? What is religious and what is irreligious? What you're doing is irreligious. This guy, Ajamil, is not sinful. Why is Ajamil not sinful? Can anybody tell me? Why are the Vishnu Dutas saying that Ajamil is not sinful? Let's see. Shastra Ashrita?
Because he said the name of the Supreme Lord before his death.
Yeah. Yes. So the Yamaduta said, see, what is dharma? Whatever is written in the Vedas as the right thing is dharma. Everything else is adharma. Everything else is irreligion, right? And those people who do not follow the path of dharma, of the religion, we take those people. And Ajamil performed many sinful acts. He was a thief. He used to be a fraud. He married a sinful lady, and he let his wife go. He abandoned his parents, and he did not do any atonement. He did not atonement meaning, yes, Narsimadev.
About the Vishnu Dutas, in New Vrindavan, when I went there are like these two Vishnu Dutas right next to the door.
Very nice. Yes, yes,
Right before you enter.
yes. They could be the Jay and Vijay, the doorkeepers. Remember that story we did?
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, the Jai Vijay story. They became Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. So the Yamaduta are saying, this guy did so many bad things. That's why we are taking him away. And he did not do any atonement. What is atonement? What is atonement? Who can tell me what is atonement? Okay, let's see. Ishan, can you tell me what is atonement?
I can't hear you. I'm lagging. Could you
What is atonement?
atonement? Atonement is atonement is trying to you did something bad earlier and you're trying to atone for it. You're trying to make it better. You're trying to fix it.
Yes, atonement is like you did something bad earlier and now you're doing some austerity to fix it. Like, Srila Prabhupada's teacher, Guru, what is his name? Srila Prabhupada's Guru's name. Who can tell me? Gauri, yes.
Siddhanta Saraswati.
Yes, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. When Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur was a 4-year or 5-year-old boy, right? One time he saw mangoes in his house and they were not offered to Krishna, right? And so he ate the mango. And his father said nicely, his father came, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, and said, "You're eating the mango which is not offered to Krishna? You should offer to Krishna and then eat." Then what did Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur did? Yes, Meera?
Never ate a mango.
Yes. He took a vow. I will never eat a mango in this lifetime. I am an offender. I made a sin. I did commit a sinful activity that I did not offer the fruit first to Krishna and then I did not take it as a prasadam. I just wanted to enjoy the mango. So he took a vow. For in his entire life, he did not eat mango. That small child, he's a small child at that time. That's called atonement. You don't have to do that extreme atonement. Sometimes we make mistakes, so we should go and say sorry. We should really heartfully, from our heart, apologize. Yes, that's called atonement. And do something good for them, right? If you hurt somebody with your words or with you physically or something, you do something good for them. Like you try, can I do something for you? Can I make things better? You do that. That's called atonement. Right? So Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur never ever ate a mango in his lifetime. His disciples, when he grew old, he had disciples, he had students. They used to come with mangoes, and he said, "I cannot take the mango. I'm an offender. I did a mistake. I cannot eat mangoes." For his whole life, he did not eat any single mango. Right? So the Yamadutta is saying this guy did so many bad things, he did not atone for it. Right? That atonement, the Sanskrit word for it is called prayashchita. Right? In Hindi, in Sanskrit, it's called prayashchita. Right? And then the Vishnu Dutta replied, "No, he has atoned for his bad things. He has atoned. When he saw you guys and you were taking his soul away from his body, you were snatching the soul from his body, you're snatching the soul from his heart, he cried out the name of Narayan. He cried out in help, Narayan. He called out the name affectionately with love. And with that chanting, millions and millions and millions of sins are destroyed. And when you chant the names of the Lord purely, right? He was not chanting the name of the Lord purely in this case. He was remembering his son. He was not remembering the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But you're chanting the names of the Lord, and the name of the Lord is equal to the Lord. And because he chanted the name of the Lord, he's he's not sinful anymore. He's free from all sinful reactions. So you cannot take him. You cannot take him to the hell. So they Vishnudutas continued saying, even if a person who chants the name while they're sleeping, while they fall, while they slip, while they're traveling, while if they're in pain or they're injured, will never go to hell. They will never go. And as a fire burns the dry, like when a fire is there and some dry grass is there, fire burns it. Yes, fire can burn the dry grass. The name of Hari, the name of Krishna, the name of Narayan will burn all sinful reactions. We have created so many sins from so many lifetimes. Stealing, cheating, this and that, telling lies, right? All our sins are completely eradicated when we chant the names of the Lord. That's why we do chanting in the beginning of the class, right? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This is the Maha Mantra. This is the mantra in this age of Kali that can take us back to Krishna. So the Vishnu Dutta says he's purified from all sins. You cannot take him. You cannot take him. So the Yamadutas were scared. They left. They left without taking Ajamil to the hell. And Ajamil was there. He was almost unconscious. So what is going on? I see this fierce people talking with this Vishnu Dutas, with these effulgent people. And they're talking about me. He heard all this. And he heard that these Vishnu Dutas were going to punish me, and then I am saved. So he bowed down at the feet of the Vishnu Dutas. He paid obeisances, and he was about to say something. And then, poof, Vishnu Dutas disappeared. So is Ajamil dead or is he still alive? He's still alive. He did not die. Because they wanted to snatch his soul. The Yamadutas wanted to snatch his soul and take him to the hell, but they could not do, and he's alive. So he was thinking, was it a dream? What did I see? Just see. But this happened. I was going to die. So he was now atoning. He was thinking, what bad things I did. I was a Brahmin and I degraded my family tradition. I should have been thrown into hell. I should have been thrown into hell for all the bad things I did. But those effulgent men whose body was so beautiful, they saved me. Where did they go? I must have done something right in my previous life that I was saved. Now I understand that Lord Narayan has given me a second chance. And I'm very, very thankful to this Vishnu Dutas. Now I will give up all these bad habits and I will do bhakti. I will perform devotional service and chant his holy names with love and affection. So he went to the holy city of Haridwar. Haridwar is a holy city in India, in North India. I was there last year in September. The Ganga is there, right? The river Ganga is there. So on that banks of the Ganga, he was performing his chanting and bhakti for 12 years. For 12 years, he was just chanting the Lord's names and doing bhakti, right? Okay. Right. So he was chanting for 12 years. He was doing bhakti. He became a different person altogether. And at the time of his death, now his time of death came. He was on the bank of river Ganga. He gave up his material body. Then you see that plane, the golden plane came. And he saw the same Vishnu Dutas. He saw the same Vishnu Dutas and he attained a spiritual body. He gave up his material body. This body is gone and he became an effulgent person also. And he also got that body like those Vishnu Dutas. And he boarded that plane to go back to Vaikuntha, to the home of Lord Vishnu, right? He also had that similar body. You see that picture? Similar bluish body, like these Vishnu Dutas. And he's going in this golden airplane back to Vaikuntha. So what happened to the Yamadutas? That we will discuss next week. The Yamadutas were like confused. Usually when a person does bad things, we come and take them away, but we were stopped. So let's do a few things, right? So let me ask you a question. Who do you think when you are hurt, what name do you call out? Say you fell. You were running in the class and you fell. What name do you call out?
Krishna.
Do you really do that? Or you call out, Mommy?
Mommy.
What do you do, Nishika? And what should you do?
I have to tell the teacher.
You have to tell the teacher, yes. But what do you do when you're hurt, when you're in pain?
You help someone.
Yes, yes. But today, when, say, suppose you fell down and you hurt yourself and little blood is coming out, what do you scream? Well, whose name you scream? Do you right now scream mommy, right? Now we have to think about, oh, Krishna. We have to think, okay, mommy will help you. You will call mommy also, but think Krishna. They have to get attached to Krishna. Anybody thinks of Krishna when they're hurt, or they right now today, if are they thinking today in our class? It's a good lesson, right? We should think of Krishna. So how can we avoid if we don't want the Yamadutas to come when we are leaving the body, how can we avoid that?
Calling out Krishna's name.
Call out Krishna's name. But will it be easy when we are dying? It's like 22,000 scorpions biting our leg. It is so painful. And he called out Krishna's name or Narayan's name because his son was Narayan. He was attached to him. And if I'm attached to say, so Ishan, oh, Ishan. Ishan is not Krishna's name. Ajamil was okay because he gave a Narayan's name, right? So one lesson also is, if we have spiritual names, we call out those spiritual names, right? Right. Meera says, why didn't I give her a Radha Rani's name? If her name was Radha, I keep calling Meera's name 100 times a day. I would be calling Radha, 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 Radha. And if I would have given Ishan's name a Krishna, then I would be calling Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. That's so much piety, spiritual piety. So that is why our ancestors used to give names of Krishna to the children. Like, see, Hari Govinda's name, so beautiful name. Hari Govinda, Hari Govinda. So his parents keep calling him Hari. So they are getting the piety. Even calling him is calling out the names of Hari. Do we understand that part? Yes. Even Gauri's name is Radharani's name. Radharani's, and one of the names is Gauri. Nima's name is also a spiritual name. Nima and Itai. Yeah. So those people who have a spiritual good name of Krishna, they're very lucky. Their parents are lucky, they're lucky. But we think of Krishna at the time of death. Now, can you tell me any other devotee who called out the name of Krishna or called out to Krishna when they were in distress? Anybody? Okay, let's see. Ishan knows the answer, but let's somebody like some other devotee. We have heard so many stories. Some other devotee who cried out and called out to Krishna when they were in so much pain or they were in distress. Any other thing you can think of?
The
Any other
elephant?
devotee? Sorry?
The elephant? The elephant?
Yes, Gajendra. Remember? Gajendra was being caught by the crocodile, and then the battle lasted for so many thousands of years. And then he called out to Krishna, Vishnu, and he had prayed the Gajendra Stotra, and then Vishnu came. Okay. So the other thing before it's 9:53, and we have to do the thing also. So Ajamil had a guilt, right? He realized that I was a bad person. I did bad things. Is it a good thing that you have a guilt? Is it a good thing or a bad thing? Guilt meaning you're feeling bad.
Bad thing.
Bad thing. Why do you say that, Aditri? Is it a bad thing? If he really did bad things and if he's feeling bad about it, is it a bad thing?
Well, if he did bad things and he's feeling bad about it, that means like it's not a bad thing that he's like he's starting to learn his lesson. So
Yes.
it's like it's like a good thing.
Yes. Very nice. Yes. Ashrita?
It's a good thing because he had like the person, like he will realize his mistakes.
Yes. But you don't keep on dwelling on it. You keep thinking about it and do nothing about it, then it's a bad thing. Yes, I did bad, but what do I do next to atone for it, to fix it? Right? So we need to then take the next step. And now the other example, see what is Lord's mercy? He just said he was a bad person, but he chanted the name Narayan, and Lord Narayan sent his messengers to take him. Why is God so merciful? He could have sent him to the hell. Why is God so merciful? Can you tell me why is God so merciful? Is God merciful? Is God merciful? So why is God merciful? Why did he do it? Yes, Aditri.
Because God is like very like appreciated that you called out his name.
Yes. Why? Yes. Shashashita.
Because God wants to give a second chance to correct their mistakes.
Yes. And why he's a father, right? Every father will be loving to their children. We all come from him. He's the source of everybody. We all come from him. So he's like, okay, I will ignore that he's calling his son. I know he called to me. I will give him a second chance. Even you know the story of Putana, right? Putana came to kill Krishna. Putana came with the poison on his breast to kill Krishna. But what did Krishna do? He killed her. What did happen after killing her? She became a nurse in Krishna Loka. She went back to the spiritual world. He thought, oh, Putana came to feed me milk. She's so nice. And what did she get? Became a nurse in the spiritual world. Krishna sometimes doesn't think about the bad. Oh, she's doing good to me. I will give him something. Give her something. Krishna is so merciful. But that doesn't mean we become like Ajamila and we do bad things. And then at the end, we call out Krishna's name. No, that is not what the story is teaching us. The story is teaching us, do good from now so that at the end of our lives, we can think of Krishna. Right? So we will stop here and do the verse. So we have done 4 Bhagavad Gita verses this year. And at the end of 10 verses, I will have a test. Right? So some of you have nicely recited the verses and sent me the recording, right? Some of you still have to do it. So try to finish every week the homework, because if you don't finish, what will happen? You will have a backlog. When the test comes, after 10 verses, we have done 4 verses. So when the test comes, you will not be able to remember and recite all those 10 verses at the same time. So today's verse, we are going to do. Okay, let me stop share and then share this. Screen 1. Okay, we will do this verse. Dehino asmin yatha dehe. You can repeat after me.
Oh.
Okay. Dehino asmin yatha dehe.
देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहे
Kaumaram Yauvanam Jara
कौमारं यौवनं जरा
तथा देहांतरा प्राप्तिर
तथा देहान्तरा प्राप्तिर्
धीरस्तत्र न मूयति.
धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यति.
So again, we will let somebody else wants to repeat after me. Let's see. Okay, Nishika, let's do. Dehino asmin yatha dehe.
Then here,
Dehino
Dehina,
asmin
Semini,
yasmin
Yathi, De,
yatha dehe.
Yatehe, Dehi,
Kaumaram yauvanam jara. Kaumaram
Komaram,
yauvanam
Yavanam,
jara.
Jara,
Tatha
Tata,
dehantara
Dehantara,
praptir
Praptir,
dhiras
Dhiras,
tatra
Tatra,
na
Na,
muyati.
Moyati.
It means as the embodied soul continuously passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. A sober person is not bewildered by a change. So you see this picture? Do you guys see this picture? So we are a baby, right? When we are born, and then we become a toddler, then become a boy or a girl, and then become an adult, then we become old and then die, right? Right? So our body is changing. Similarly, right? The soul will, it's the same soul which is in the boy, the same soul is in the toddler, the same soul which is in this boy, and then man or woman, and then the old man or a woman, and then the same soul is passing from that body to another body at the time of death. So when we die, that soul gets transformed from that body to another body. And people who understand that, they do not they are not disturbed, they are not confused, they are not bewildered, right? So this is what Krishna is saying. Arjun was saying, I don't want to fight because I'm going to kill my relatives, my spirit, my guru who taught me all this archery. I don't want to fight. And Krishna is saying, think, you're not killing anybody. The soul never dies. The soul never dies. It's just the body dies. And as the soul is passing from one body to another at the time of death, right? So this is the verse which we have to learn for next week. So somebody else wants to recite? Yes, Meera? Okay, let's say Aditri, let's go. Dehino asmin yatha dehe
देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहे
kaumaram yauvanam jara.
कौमारं यवनं जरा.
Yeah, kaumaram means it's boyhood. Yauvanam means youth, like you become a youthful person. Jara meaning old age, right? Kaumaram yauvanam jara tatha dehantara praptir
तथा देहान्तरप्राप्तिर्
tatha dehantara praptir
तथा देहान्तरप्राप्तिर्
dhiras tatra namuyati.
धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यति.
Yes. So the meaning is, as the embodied soul continuously passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. A sober person, unlike an intelligent person, who is not bewildered, he's not confused by such a change, right? So I will put this in the group. Please learn. So you have 5 verses now this year. So please learn these verses. Yes, Nimai, you want to say this? You can do this by yourself, right? I don't repeat.
Yeah. Dehinasmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jaya tata dehantar praptir dhiras pratranamuyati.
Very nice. Very nice. Nice. So I will send this. You guys will do this. Yes. Everybody will do this. Yes.
Yes.
Everybody will send me the recordings. Yes. We want to learn as a group. We want to learn, everybody, 50 verses this year. How many weeks in the year? 52. So if every week we learn, at least we will learn 50 verses. We can get to 52 also. Okay. All right. So we say our prayers. And so next week, what we will do is finish the story of Ajamil, and then we will do Bluket. So remember this pastime, this story nicely. We will do revision. So we will do also a quiz next week, right? And do this homework. Okay. So we say our prayers. Vancha kalpatrubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo nama ananta koti vaishnav vrinda ki jai. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील
Hare
प्रभुपाद की जय, ऑल यू
Hare
किड्स की जय।
Hare
Let's go.
Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा।